Chakravarti. You watching Srikanth Ideal Chemistry. In this video, we are discussing about integrated rate laws for different order of reactions. In this video, we are discussing about zero order reaction. So, what is meant by zero order reaction? The reactions in which the rate of equation is independent on the concentration of the reactants we call as a zero order reaction. What is the reactions in which the rate of reaction is independent of concentration of reactant we call as a zero order reaction. The reactions in which the rate of reaction is independent of the concentration of the reactants. So to get the rate equation, integrated rate equation for zero order reaction, I just consider an equation. So let me consider an equation. Consider an equation that is A gives rise to products. So if you want to, the given reaction is zero order reaction, it must be independent on the concentration of the reactants. So for this reaction, if you write the rate law, or if you write the rate is equal to minus dA by dt with respect to reactant, that is equal K into concentration of reactant power 0. So when I take the concentration, here the power of the concentration, the sum of the power of the concentration terms is equal to 0. The sum of the power of the concentration terms is equal to order. So for zero order, we need to take the 0 on the power. So you know very well, anything power 0 is equal to 1. Then minus dA by dt is equal to K into 1. So that implies anything power 0 is equal to 1. So now now send the minus 1 by dt to this side. We get a dA is equal to K into dt. Now integrate on both sides. Now do integrating on both sides. Then we get integral d of A is equal to minus K into integral of dt. So integration and differentiation both will be cancelled, resulting we get a for this side we get a minus K integral of 1 dt is equal to t. So integration is an approximate value, always it cannot exact value. That's why here we just add a constant we call as integrated constant. So here I is the integrated constant. I is equal integration or integrated constant. Okay, now so you know very well, at a time t is equal to 0, the reaction can be started. So for a time t is equal to 0, so time t is equal to 0 means the reaction not started. So in that situation, the concentration of A is must be equal to A0. So A0 means without loss of any concentration of reactant A. So at time t is equal to 0, the concentration of A is equal to A0. Now substitute these values in equation 1. What is? Substitute above values in equation 1. Then we get, after substitution, we get A0 is equal minus K into 0 plus I. So why? Because at time t is equal to 0 and concentration of A is equal to A0. So resulting we get a A naught is equal to I. Now substitute the value of I in equation 1. What is? Substitute value of I in equation 1. Substitute value of I in equation 1. Then we get A is equal minus kt plus A naught. A is equal to minus kt plus A naught. Now send the minus kt to this side and concentration of A to this side. Resulting we get A naught minus A is equal to kt. Then K is equal to A naught minus A by T. So this is the equation for a integrated rate equation for a zero order reaction. Okay. Next, half-life of a zero order reaction. So half-life equation or half-life period for a zero order reaction. What is meant by half-life period? The time required to reduce the initial concentration of the reactants exactly half of its initial value is called as half-life time or a half-life period, and it is represented by T(F). What is meant by half-life? What is meant by half-life? The time required to reduce the initial concentration of the reactant to half of its initial value is known as a half-life period. So it is denoted by T(F). What is? It is denoted by T(F). So actually the rate constant for a zero order reaction is K is equal to A naught minus A by T. So for half-life period we need to take the for half-life we need to substitute T in place of T(F), and in place of A is equal to A naught by 2. I mean initial concentration is A naught according to half-life period. Half-life period means we need to reduce the initial concentration to half of its initial value. So that's why in place of concentration of A, I just take the A naught by 2. Now substitute the both values in the rate constant. So substitute above values, substitute above values in a rate equation. So then after substitution we get the equation like, so K is equal to A naught minus A naught by 2 is divided by T(F). Now get the T(F) to this side and K value to this side. So after simplification we get a T(F) is equal to A naught by 2K. So as per this we can say T(F) is directly proportional to A naught. So for zero order reaction the half-life period is directly proportional to initial concentration of the reactant. So this is the half-life period for a zero order reaction. And here units for zero order reaction. What is? Okay, first I just take the examples, then I will give the units. So here I just take some examples for a zero order reaction. Examples for zero order reaction. So the first example is a reaction between a hydrogen and chlorine in presence of sunlight. When hydrogen and chlorine react together in presence of sunlight, they can form the hydrogen chloride. So that is example for a zero order reaction. Actually, any photochemical reaction is example for a zero order reaction. So photochemical reaction. Photochemical reactions. So photochemical reactions are examples for a zero order reaction. So here I just give few examples for a zero order reaction. Those are H2 plus Cl2 is gives rise to 2HCl in presence of sunlight, and 2NH3 is gives rise to N2 plus 3H2 in presence of molybdenum, and when 2 moles of hydrogen iodide undergoes decomposition, it can form the H2 plus I2 in presence of gold. All these equations are examples for a zero order reaction. And next, units for zero order reaction. The units for zero order reaction is moles per liter second. What is mole liter inverse second inverse, or concentration second mass. So they are the units for zero order reaction. So here I want to one more thing. I just give some important relative graphs based on the zero order reaction. Now I just give a few graphs related with the zero order reaction. So I just take the first graph. First graph is concentration versus time. So the first graph can indicate the graph between a concentration and time. So on x-axis I just take the time, on y-axis I just take the concentration A0. Then we get a straight line with a negative slope. What is? We get a straight line with a negative slope. So this is okay, and here the intercept must be A. Okay, so this is the graph when drawn between concentration and time. And second one is second graph number 2. So it is indication between x versus time. So here x means A0 minus A. Okay, so x versus time. So when you take the graph for x versus time, then it will be represented like, on x-axis I just take the time, on y-axis I just take the x. So resulting the graph representation of a straight line passing through the origin. Okay, clear? So, and third graph, rate versus time. Rate versus time. So for zero order reaction, the rate is independent of concentration. So here we get a straight line parallel to the x-axis. What we get? A straight line which is parallel to the x-axis. So on x-axis again I just take the time, on y-axis I just take the rate on y-axis. So resulting we got a straight line parallel to the x-axis. We got a straight line which is parallel to the x-axis. Okay, and last graph according to zero order reaction. So with this we just complete the zero order reaction. So that is fourth one, which is between half-life period versus initial concentration. Half-life versus initial concentration, or concentration of reactant. You know very well the half-life period is directly proportional to initial concentration of the reactant for zero order reaction. So we get a straight line passing through the origin. So this is the graph. Here on x-axis I just take the initial concentration, on y-axis I just take the half-life period. Then we got a straight line passing through the origin. What is? We got a straight line passing through the origin. Okay, so there are the few graphs based on the zero order reaction. With this zero order reaction, friends, here I just mentioned some important relations based on zero order reaction. That is x1 by T1 is equal to x2 by T2. Here x means the difference between initial concentration to concentration at time t. Okay, and based on half life, T sorry, T 75% is equal to, what is T 75% is equal to 3 by 2 T50, and T 100% is equal to 2 T50. So these relations we used when half-life, the problem based on a half-life. Okay, so there are some few important relations based on zero order reaction. Okay students, in the next video we will discussing about some numericals based on zero order reaction. If you like my concept, please subscribe to my channel. Please like and share my videos. Thank you.